Picture this. It's your wedding. Some incredible upbeat music is playing in the background. Your family and friends are having the time of their lives. They're laughing, they're smiling, everything is going great. And just like superheroes, you run to each and every table and take pictures with those people. It's not just a photo session, it's an experience that will have your guests talking about it long after your wedding ends. Thank you for joining us. Hi, I'm Sal from After Hours Events in New England. We'll explain the photo dash and how to incorporate it into your wedding day in today's edition of the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of our podcast. Hi, I'm Sam from Atmosphere Productions. Listen now and discover wedding photo magic, how the photo dash trend turns reception moments into memories. These are Wedding Insider Secrets for stress-free fun and memorable day. Our podcast helps engaged couples navigate wedding planning complexities while addressing family expectations. We'll guide you through the journey of creating the perfect wedding day without unnecessary stress. By the end of this edition, you'll get concise tips on budgeting, wedding party management, ceremony, reception planning, and more. Perfect for anyone planning a wedding all in 30 minutes or less. Trust us, you don't want to miss this.
Welcome to Stress-Free Wedding Planning, the podcast that will transform your wedding planning journey from chaotic to enchanting. Sal and Sam bring over 80 years of combined wedding expertise and exclusive insider information to the table. If you're recently engaged, feeling the pressure of wedding planning, struggling with family expectations, but still dreaming of a joy-filled wedding, you've come to the right place. Get ready to unveil the best-kept wedding secrets, discover practical tips and strategies, and learn life-changing lessons for a stress-free wedding. Your unforgettable wedding day awaits. We're here to take you on a transformative journey of love, laughter, and memories. So don't miss out on the podcast that just might change your life. This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
On today's podcast, Wedding Photo Magic, how the photo dash trend turns reception moments into memories. We'll explain the photo dash and why it's important at today's modern wedding. Hi, I'm Sal from After Hours Events in New England, the experts in creating a stress-free, unforgettable wedding experience. We bring energy, professionalism, and a passion to making every couple's big day truly special. Visit us at afterhoursevents.com. Learn more about our experience and journey to help you with stress-free wedding planning in the trailer or pilot of this podcast.
It's important for you to know the core concepts and the key elements of the photo dash. So today, we'll explain how to execute it and how it can transform a tedious photo shoot session into something exciting that your guests will remember at the end of your wedding reception. Hi, I'm Sam from the award-winning Atmosphere Productions, wedding entertainment with expert knowledge and the difference in quality, specializing in live ceremony musicians and cocktail hour string musicians, plus lighting and an elegant and classy presentation. We have exactly what you need. Visit us at atmosphere-productions.com. That's atmosphere-productions.com. Today's edition is all about the wedding photo magic, how the photo dash trend turns reception moments into memories.
Gone are the days of the stiff format of table photos. Who does that anymore? That's more like a prom picture. You want something that's fun. You want something that's exciting, something dynamic, like the photo dash. It's fun-filled. This is where you got everyone excited. They're standing up. They're getting in place at their table. In just a few minutes, you're getting pictures with everyone that was at the wedding instead of what could take an hour going table to table. Make it fun. Make it memorable.
The wedding photo dash is a new trend. It's a photography-based wedding game where the couple visits each table at the reception. They take a picture within 3 to 5 minutes, and the goal is to capture memorable pictures with all the guests in a quick, entertaining way. So, how do you accomplish it? There are two basic ways of doing it. The first way is having the couple go to each table. The couple would go to tables 1 through 12 or whatever you have individually and have an individual picture done in the allotted time. The second way of doing it is having the couple on the center of the dance floor in a chair or standing and have the guests come to them. So individually, tables 1 through 12 or whatever number you have would individually come up, take a picture, and then go on back. Obviously, these are just a couple of examples of the photo dash. Of course, you can mix it up in any general way that you want to, but discuss with your photographer which works best for them.
Just as a reminder, you can also join us on our YouTube channel. Just search for Stress Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam. Subscribe and get it first.
Yes, and one of our listeners did. Ali Steele 5576 did. She messaged us on YouTube. Thanks, Ali. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening and watching, and thank you for commenting.
So what are the key elements to the photo dash? Firstly, timing everything. Usually it's performed immediately after the grand entrance and first dance. Then the second is the durations of the music. You may have one song that's 5 minutes long, or if you have to use two songs, to keep it 5 or 6 minutes to make sure we get everything done. And finally, the goal to photograph every table of guests. Let your guests know it's okay to be silly and have fun with photos. Personally, I like to use one song, very energetic, and I actually help the photographer get everyone ready at each and every table. And I will actually mention poses as they go to each table to make it more fun and exciting.
We just explained what the photo dash is and the key elements. Coming up next, how to execute the photo dash.
But first, if you have a question or concern, go now to Facebook and join us on the Stress Free Wedding Planning community and ask away. You can also join us on our YouTube channel. Just search for Stress Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam. Subscribe and get it first.
This is the Stress Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam, a podcast for engaged couples concerned about wedding planning and family expectations, but who want a stress-free, fun, and unforgettable wedding.
Well, everyone, it's Wedding Tip Wednesday, where we share essential tips that help you craft the wedding of your dreams. Remember, a good marriage is one where each partner secretly suspects they got the better deal.
That is so true. On today's Wedding Tip Wednesday, a lot time for transportation. Here's what we mean. Shuttles are slower due to their size and requiring extra time for loading and unloading. So allocate 5 to 10 minutes for this process and add 5 to the estimated drive time. To improve accuracy, drive in that exact route during the expected time frame to account for realistic traffic patterns and whatever else may be going on that day.
And that's another tip from Sal and Sam.
Experience the magic of your special day with Fitzner Productions, a premier wedding videography company based in Middletown, Connecticut. FitznerProductions.com. Our mission is to capture your love story candidly and authentically, creating stunning, high-quality videos that you can cherish for years to come. Our founder, Carson Fitzner, combines technical expertise with a passion of storytelling, ensuring every moment from the excitement of getting ready to the heartfelt ceremony is beautifully documented. We offer a range of customizable packages, including drone footage and multi-location shoots, tailored to fit your unique vision. Let us help you relive the romance, laughter, and tears of your wedding day. Visit FitznerProductions.com. That's FITZNER Productions.com.
Heidi Hansen Photography. Fun, happy, a little unorthodox, sometimes silly, with lots of candid. Hi, this is Heidi from Heidi Hansen Photography. www.HeidiHansenPhotography.com. I like being goofy with my couples, making them laugh, and overall just having a blast on their wedding day. Every wedding day is different, and that is what keeps my job super awesome. I service Connecticut and New York. You can find me on www.HeidiHansenPhotography.com and also on social media.
And now back to the Stress Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
Welcome back to our discussion about creating wedding photo magic, how the photo dash trend turns reception moments into memories. I'm Sam from Atmosphere Productions.
Hi, I'm Sal from After Hours Events in New England. We've already discussed the photo dash and the key elements. Now let's talk about preparation, how to get ready for this game. It is so important that you explain to the guest on what exactly they're going to do. So what I like to do is have that energetic music I was talking about earlier, start playing a little lower in the background, explain what's about to happen. We go into it where we have the couple run to the first table, that music comes up and the energy starts. And again, I like to make sure everyone knows what's happening. So I keep repeating things as the photo dash is happening so the couple knows in the direction they're going to go in and that the guests know what's happening at all times. Keep in mind, it is very important that your guests hear and understand the instructions. You don't want it to be total chaos. They won't be able to participate fully in the game if they don't know what's going on. So clear, concise, and make it happen.
Now, if your photographer has an assistant or a second shooter, you can rope them into doing this as well. Again, preparation is so important. So even before the wedding reception, as a DJ, I contact the photographer and tell them, hey, this is what we're going to do. If you have a second shooter, we want you to help. The preparation goes well beyond the day of the wedding reception. So now that we got a preparation of the photographer, we do need to prepare the guests. And the guests need to know what they're going to be doing. So they need to be prepared as a table on what they're going to do. We must prepare the first tables, maybe the first 4 tables. So the DJ needs to know which 4 tables are going to be done first or where we're going to start so he can tell these tables what they need to do. These tables will serve as an example for the other tables, and this way it'll make things go just that little bit more smoother.
I can't tell you how energetic music is so important. So you want this to be upbeat and fun. Some songs that are used, like Thunderstruck by AC/DC, Happy by Pharrell, Get Busy by Sean Paul, and even Footloose, which is a fan favorite for all the ages, by Kenny Loggins. And you have other songs like Freeze Frame. It's talking about pictures by Jay Giles Band. Of course, you have Selfie by Chainsmokers.
Now, these are just some examples of what you can use. Google or use your own suggestions. But what you want to do is to make sure that this song is 3 to 4 minutes long, or 2 songs that make up to 5 minutes. Whatever you want, you will set the rules. So what are the rules? Generally, the couple must visit each table for a quick photo. That's the basic rule. They need to take a group picture at each table. And they obviously have to do it in a certain amount of time. So you need to have the DJ mention how long this is all going to take. And of course, the enthusiasm has to be there. So these are the basic ground rules. Now, if you're doing it the other way, remember I mentioned that there were 2 ways of doing this. If you're having the couple on the dance floor, if you're going to stay on the dance floor and your guests are going to come to you, this is the same rules. You just need to explain that. You just make sure the DJ knows how that is going to work. So instead of going to the tables, the couples need to come to the dance floor individually as a table, not everybody all together.
Now, here's a bit of a pro tip. One of the things I like to do is to do it right after the introductions and first dance. So then you have your reception tables are pristine. There's no half-eaten food. It's free of clutter. It just looks great. You also want to make sure there's no meal interruptions. You don't want to disturb your guests while they're eating. It's just not a fun thing to have happen. And guaranteed attendance by doing it earlier when all that's happening. Everyone's going to be at their tables. So you could almost guarantee that everyone will be there when you have your picture taken and you're not going to miss a single person.
That's a great pro tip, Sal. Everybody's got to be there or there's really no point in doing it. Some more pro tips for you. Have a systematic approach and a clear direction. You need to explain to your photographer, this is what I want and this is what I want to accomplish. Also explain that to your DJ. Hey, we're doing the photo dash. This is what I want, and this is what I need to accomplish. Ensure that you don't skip any tables. When you're going from table to table, make sure that every table is covered. Now, by not skipping any tables, you're also preparing the other tables down the line to be ready for when you show up. You need to have fun. You need to be creative. You too can have fun poses. You don't just have to stand there stiffly and have the picture taken. Save the head table for last. Now, a lot of people do not have a head table anymore. So if you don't have a head table, guess what? You don't have to do it. Consider making it a playful contest for everyone or between the tables and guests. Challenge the guests to come up with different themes, movie characters, or an era or some sort of emotion. Try and get everybody to synchronize their poses together, or everybody does funny facial expression. Or give them some props. You may have a prop at each table that they can use and incorporate. Or you can walk around to each table with a prop and change it at each table. Loads of different configurations that you can do. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes it fun.
The photo dash is more than just a way to get photos of all your guests. It's an opportunity to have a great time and interact with everyone and just bring some really high energy to your reception. This sets up a lively tone for the rest of the evening and creates lasting memories for both you and your guests.
Remember, the key to a successful wedding photo dash lies in clear communication, strategic planning, and a willingness to have fun. By following these tips and adding your personal touch, you'll create a unique and memorable experience that you and your guests will cherish for years to come. So, are you ready for a photo dash?
Now, as you spend the next week planning your wedding, if you want me, Sam, or our community of stress-free engaged couples and wedding experts to answer any wedding-related questions, join us over in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group.
Once you're in, go ahead and share your concerns and worries, and we'll let you know if you're on the right track or if there's something we need to work on. The link to join us is in the show notes of this edition. Or go to Facebook and search for the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Community.
A new edition is released every Wednesday. Subscribe and get it first. Remember to do something nice for someone today. And if you can't, do something nice for yourself. We'll catch you then. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to this edition. If you've enjoyed what you've just heard, leave a review and share it with a friend or someone who would benefit from this information. Until next time, it's TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast is produced and copyrighted by Atmosphere Productions in association with After Hours Events of New England.